occurred to me that I was basically volunteering to paint a 4-foot by 8-foot panel. Did I mention I work really, really small? 3-dimensionally, I don't paint. So I'm like, okay, how do I do this? What do I do? What do I do? I know, we're doing this on gator board, which is like ultra thick, really durable foam core. I'm gonna make little bottles, and I'm gonna carve niches in this gator board, and I'm gonna put the bottles in the niches, and it's gonna be a display of bottles. It'll be perfect. When I was in junior high school, I saw an episode of a television show, I think it was Night Gallery, which was the sort of follow-up for Rod Serling to Twilight Zone, in which an art collector had all of these beautiful bottles. And the purpose of the bottles was to collect what he really collected, which was tears. And starting at about that point, I became fascinated by tears in general, and I could have a long dissertation about tears and various things related to them, but I thought, I'm gonna do my display, it's gonna be a collection of tear bottles to collect tears. Some of them had eyes painted on them in underglaze, and some of them had very detailed carvings of eyes, and some of them were just pretty bottles in different traditional shapes, or very modern shapes or whatever. And my plan was to make like 13 of them and put them in these niches. And I found a quote from Psalms, you have collected all my sorrows, you collected all my tears in your bottle, and have recorded each in your book. So, it kind of tied into the whole thing, and it was gonna be great. But the problem is that I had set up for myself an extra obstacle here, because everybody else was painting their panels, and I had to hand-build vessels and go through multiple firing cycles in addition to painting my panel and carving niches and all the rest of it. And it was summer art camp, and summer art camp meant that the community studio was filled with students everywhere. And the week that I decided I was going to work on making the bottles just happened to be clay camp for 5 to 7-year-olds. And it was a very full camp, but I managed to find a corner of a table where I could work, and since I work really, really small, I don't need a lot of space. So I'm sitting there working, and this 5-year-old, clearly one of the youngest kids in the class, walks up to me and he's like, "What you doing?" I said, I'm making clay pieces, hand building. He says, "What is it?" "It's a little bottle." "Oh." He walks back to his seat and goes back to work, and I continue what I'm doing. Finish the first bottle, set it aside, start another one. He comes back, he's like, "What you doing now?" I said, "I'm making another bottle." "Ooh, what are they for?" I said, "Well, they're for tears." I figure it's not really a good idea to volunteer too much information to little children because they're not really that interested in what you have to say. And he took my answer and said, "Oh," and went back to his table and went back to work. When I started the third bottle, he walked over to me and he says, "What's that one for?" I said, "Same thing as the other one, tears." He says, "Oh wow, you must cry a lot." I said, "No, I don't think so. I doubt that I cry any more than anybody else. And if we're completely honest, there will probably never be any tears in these bottles. They're actually going to go on a bigger piece of art. It's just kind of the idea of tears." "Oh, okay." So he goes back to his table again, and I start another bottle. And this time, one of the older girls in the class walks over, and she looks at the table, and she's like, "Those look like little bottles." And my little friend comes over and he says, "They are little bottles." And she says, "Well, what are they for?" And before I can open my mouth, he looks at her and he says, "They're for tears." And she's like, "Tears?" And he says, "Well, what do you do with your tears?" I am convinced to this day that this child's parents want to know who the crazy woman at the art center was who convinced their child that he is supposed to have bottles for his tears. And I suspect that I managed to completely change the way he looks at the world, because everybody should have tear bottles now, not just him.